I was so dumb, but I hopped on a plane, almost drove right back to the 541. Shitty U-turn on the freeway, you turn me from a fiend to a way to you fun. I can wait in the sun for a little, but it's been real gray, and tonight it's a nice C1. I can wait in the cold for a while if the reasons
off air here, I was saying how I almost tried to kill myself with dinner tonight. King, I would say you might have done this too.
With a pitchfork?
No, I wish. No, that would have been better, but... So I was making shrimp tacos, right? So I was like, oh, got some shrimp together, throwing them on the grill, hit it with some of that Tony Chachere's fucking spice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Tony
baby.
Some Tony Cease. I was like, all right, yeah, I sprinkle it on there, hit the grill, get it in there, get it back in the kitchen after they're done cooking, throw it in my mouth. I was just like, oh my God, I didn't think I put that much Tony Cease on there. I might be like having a stroke tonight from like sodium overload. It was unbelievable. It was almost inedible.
Well,
I was telling you guys in the Discord, I think I took like a picture of it and shared it. I got some of that truffle hot sauce, which is like just the really fucking expensive hot sauce for some reason. Like you guys have had that, right?
yes.
Yeah, just like the normal black label truffle hot sauce. Okay.
I get the white one.
Okay. Is that like a flavor?
It is a flavor.
It's the pure hot.
It's a white truffle, not a black truffle.
It's the pure hot sauce, King. Yeah.
Not the urban truffles.
No, it's the Aryan truffles.
All right.
What kind of pigs do they use to get those?
I'm staying consistent with my
the brand. Yeah. Got to protect the brand. Yeah, it tastes different. Like really different. And it's not even really like hot. Like I was surprised. I'm a Tapatio. I'm a Tapatio guy, and that shit packs a little bit of heat, right? Like even the regular. But this one just I don't know. And
what's that Scoville level on that bad boy?
It's got to be low. Like
it's low. It is low.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird. So I don't know. Will I buy it again? Probably not.
You feel a little duped that they're calling it a hot sauce, not being.
I gotta be honest. I'm pretty. I try and like the truffle hot sauce.
Yeah.
Like I just bought some like 3 weeks ago.
It's overrated, I think. I think. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
It's a very distinct flavor. So if
is.
you like it, you like it. Like if you go to Truff, what is that? Little Big Burger in Portland area. With their thing is truffle fries. If you like it, you love it.
Also, a little bit, we were right by Matt United Arena, by the way. Just the other side of that complex there.
What's by Matt United Arena?
Little Big Burger.
There is not. Yeah, I always forget about that one.
Oh, that's right. It's in like where that newer building, right? Like in a little corner. Right. Yeah. God, I always forget about that area. Like just that part of town. Yeah. Anyway, well, welcome to the podcast, everybody. I'm Alex. He's King. He's Ski. Twitter handles are on the picture of the podcast. You don't tweet at us because of this podcast anyways. Join our Discord, though. Sports Brewery and Discord. It's a good time. You heard me mention it. If you need an invitation to that, ask us for it. You can do that on Twitter, or you can text one of us, whatever. You know where to find us. Twitch.tv/abrog87. That is where we are right now. It is Thursday night. We record the sports podcast around then every week. So if you want to watch us live, get in the chat, join in the fun, then you may do that. Just click follow on the Twitch page, and it'll give you a notification when we go live, and you can just watch it. Whatever. So obviously we did not do a sports podcast last week because it was the 4th of July on Thursday, and we all sort of randomly agreed that we wanted to take a week off, and it was pretty cool. Like I'll say not having a podcast to do on Thursday was kind of nice, because we had done one every Wednesday or Thursday for like a few years at this point now. So yeah, maybe we'll do this more during the summer. I don't know.
Well, we'll say all of a sudden a week off and Oregon becomes the most despised team in college football, right? of the blue blood schools. All of a sudden, Oregon's public enemy number one.
Yeah. Also, Also, we were setting heat records last week, and it's because there was no pod. So we bring the pod back tonight, and it's like 80 degrees again. So there's that too.
Oh,
Well,
like
wait, what do you
93.
mean? What do you mean Oregon's the most hated team?
Have you? I guess. Well, you're not really on Twitter.
And what do you mean Oregon's a blue blood?
Well, if you would have been on Twitter, you would have seen the Discord of,
or just online in general.
or just
No, thank you.
or
Pass.
of knowing what's going on in the world.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Are you?
I heard something about a debate. Was there like, I don't know. There's a presidential election. Is that happening? I don't know.
Might be the last one.
Evar.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
But USC, Texas, all those big kind of name schools. All of a sudden, Oregon's paying players. Like Oregon's cheating, getting all the players. Within the last 10 days. It was like the day because we got the 5-star. That was on the 4th, wasn't it? So it was like a week ago.
The wide receiver from Texas, which angered the University of Texas, which
Corian Moore, I believe,
which is hilarious, because you are Texas. That's kind of the end of the statement, right? Like you're Texas. You have we all like to say Phil Knight. I've seen like those memes or whatever going around. Phil Knight gives Oregon unlimited money, and it's unlimited NIL money. And again, Phil Knight does not do anything. Like there are things that funnel from Nike, sure, but like Phil Knight doesn't do shit. Also, you're Texas. You have unlimited money and resources. Like I think Duck Duck Chef shared it in the Discord too, like the Lamborghini story or whatever. It's like they give players Lamborghinis at Texas. You can't act like a peasant when you are not a peasant. Like again,
but
you want to say that you want to say that shit as Oregon State. All right, whatever. Be salty. Be mad that you don't play the game, but you want to say that shit in your Texas? That is sad.
No, it's doubly funny because, like you're saying, Texas has, I'm sure they spend more money in NIL than Oregon does a year. But the other kind of talking point from the 5-star receiver was, have fun going to a school that's not a high-powered offense and doesn't, develop receivers.
Yeah.
It was like, hey, Texas.
Yeah.
When was your last good quarterback? Vince Young?
Well, they're trying to sell us on Quinn Ewers. We're on like year 4 of the selling of Quinn Ewers.
And NCAA 25 is trying to sell us on Quinn Ewers.
I know. And, hey, listen, he had a really good game at Alabama. I got it. I watched it. Yeah. Worthy and those guys, they were running wide open. He hit them. Yeah. Okay. All right. I also watched him lose to Dylan Gabriel. So. I don't know. I'm kind of my favorite thing about Quinn Ewers, just as a random aside, is people like last year, like, you know what? He shaved off his mullet. Now I take him seriously. I think he's good now. Okay, well, it's year 3 of Quinn Ewers in college, and now you think he's good because he cut off his hair.
Because he cut off his hair, yeah. But it's the combo of Texas has have an okay offense. They've always been a better run game in my eyes than they have been a pass game. But to try to, put this 18-year-old kid down of like picking Oregon by saying they have a, not a high-powered offense.
I just want to say, if you want to attack Oregon for not having first-round receivers, you are historically accurate. They do not. Troy Franklin was not even, because he had a terrible combine in Indianapolis. But the line about their offense is insane. Because, again, this is nerd stuff. This is numbers. It's FPI and DVOA. And it's all the garbage bullshit spreadsheet stuff that some people love. I think it's okay. Oregon, had the most efficient offense in college football last year by a wide margin. And, again, that's why I don't really believe in this stuff fully. They were up there in 2019 LSU. If you just believe the spreadsheets, and their offensive coordinator is back. Will Stein is back, and I hate to break it to people, like the receivers in Oregon and Dylan Gabriel's going to roll out of bed and throw 45 touchdowns.
Yeah. Like we've seen some very good offenses at Oregon, like recently. And I think talent-wise, this might be the best we've ever seen. And I don't know. Like, is there an argument against it? Really?
No, there's not.
I mean, just across the board, right?
Is the offensive line going to be good enough to hold some blocks? That's all it's going to take.
Yeah.
They've got two legit,
like All-Americans,
Ajani and Connerly. Okay, they're more than fine.
Yes,
but I think it was last week. Friday, I was listening to something that Phil Steele was talking about the Oregon offense. You know, hey, Phil Steele,
blast from the past.
And he was like, I think Oregon's going to have one of the best 3 offenses in the country, but I don't know how Dylan Gabriel's stats are going to look. And I'm like,
good.
Are they going to run the ball?
Yeah.
Are they Paul Johnson, Georgia Tech? Like, I know Phil Steele's a smart guy. Like, what are we doing?
Well, maybe. The only argument I can see to that is maybe Gabriel, he himself doesn't run the ball as much to have those gaudy numbers like he has, because he won't have to really. I mean, Nix could run the football. He didn't have to run the football himself at all last year.
It's very very similar to Nix. Like what Gabriel did at Oklahoma. Like I mean when Nix was running more. Because they don't really call designed runs for the quarterback, but he is really savvy at it, and really
it's always that pass run option. So it's not the designated run play, but has that run option in it if you want it.
God, man, like you guys know me. I'm like super pessimistic with my sports teams that I follow. Like
no,
I cannot see this Oregon offense being stopped. Like I can't.
Well, I will say. I think the weakest part of the offense, I don't know if I've ever said this in 20 years, is the running game.
Yeah.
Honestly, it is. That's the only true, and it's not even a real question mark because they have talent. I mean, James
and Whittington,
talent, but it's not the level of running back we're used to.
But I think, is that because the wide receivers are so good and they have Gabriel? Like, relatively, it's not that good, but...
I guess they should be better than, right? Because we've had good running backs do good with dog shit receivers. So it should push those guys off the line, make it easier to run for the running backs, right? I mean, in theory.
This should lead into our conversation about like NCAA football rankings, right? Like the video game.
I'll do it right now.
Here, real quick. I did forget something. Bit of business. Movie on Sunday. Beverly Hills Cop, Axel F. We are starting a theme month, and it is going to be sequels. And so, Beverly Hills Cop, Axel F. on Netflix. Go for it.
From 47.
What's that? I didn't even hear what you said. All right, go ahead.
So Oregon in EA Sports 25, whatever the fuck they're calling it. It's not NCAA anymore.
Right.
Oregon has 5 players in the top 100 in the game. They've got Connerly, overall 90, ranked 95. Evan Stewart, overall 90, rank 85. Jabbar Muhammad, and this is disrespectful as fuck. Overall 91, rank 65, and the 8th best corner in the game. You've got to be kidding me, man. Do the boxing thumbs down. Tez Johnson, 91. Speed, 96. Overall rank, 59.
Acceleration, 97.
97. Our boy Dylan Gabriel, who's going to do nothing but be boring and win the Heisman. Overall rank, 92. Or overall grade, 92. 30th in the game. 3rd best quarterback.
99 awareness for Dylan Gabriel, which as you know, over the years playing these games, an awareness as a quarterback brings up your ranking so much. like so much. If you have a high awareness, like it's a way to like trick the system if you're creating players. But anyway, yeah. What were you gonna say, Ski?
Yeah, who's ahead of Gabriel quarterbacks?
Shador is number 1 at 17.
Beck.
Carson Beck is 2 at like 18.
Yeah.
And then he's number 4, I think, because I think
Ewers.
him and Quinn Ewers are technically tied. They just gave Quinn Ewers, I don't know, maybe it's alphabetical. I don't know, A, B, C, D. No, it can't be even alphabetical.
So
I don't know.
something I'm very interested in with this game is how they do roster updates, because that is never something that has been done before in the college football video game. It's something Madden does basically weekly. They update rosters based on how guys played, and they remember they announce it on social media. Like they post images. It's like, hey, this person had an amazing game. Here's what they show highlights. Here's what they went up in strength. Here's what they went up overall. Blah blah blah. So like, are they gonna do that for this game too? And so like, the reason I'm obviously saying this is because everybody looks at Shedeur Sanders in Colorado and how high and like insanely overrated Colorado is. Like, Shedeur Sanders is good. I'll give him that. Like, Travis Hunter's good. Like, I'll give him that. But like, as a team, they are trash. Like, they are not good. And so that's what I'm curious about. Like, if they come out those first couple weeks, play like Colorado, are they going to actually drop them, and how much? I'm really curious to see how that works.
I feel like there's, and good for them, I think there's a symbiotic relationship between EA this year and Colorado. Clearly. Because not only is Colorado ranked higher and their players are ranked really high, they came out today with like a list of guys you could stream with. Yeah. And there were like 12 of them. Yeah. Maybe 4 of them were college football players, and 2 of them were from CU. So I mean, I think they're going to be real reluctant to go into second gear on that bitch. Like,
I know
they're in third. They're there trying to go to fourth until they can't.
Like, because everybody is against them right now on Colorado. Like, everybody.
No, but the crazy thing is I believe they were picked 8th in the Big 12, which I think is the Big 16. So maybe that's bowl eligible. If you, is it 14?
Because they lost 2 and gained 4.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, so 14, 8th out of 14. I mean, at a certain point, I feel like I don't really care about. I don't even care about the spectacle of watching them lose anymore. And I think that's gonna come very quickly, because they're gonna beat North Dakota State. People still think North Dakota State is the North Dakota State that they were, but their head coach is now at Kansas State. He's been there for a few years. They'll beat them. But they're going into Lincoln, and Nebraska's a relic of the past. They're putting up 13 points against Nebraska. And we'll be like, hey, you want to know? Yeah, they're not good. They're not good.
And then they play Colorado State week 3 in Colorado State.
Oh. You don't just walk into Colorado Springs.
Colorado State coach this week saying he wants to have Colorado on their schedule every year forever. Like, I love that.
And then Colorado has 2 byes.
So does Oregon.
Yeah.
Does Oregon have 2 byes this year?
Yeah.
Yeah. Was
it because of week 0?
Yeah, it's because of the calendar. So like there's week 0, which this year is like August 23rd. Like, most teams start on like the 30th or whatever it is,
29th.
which is earlier.
The 29th is a Thursday.
Yeah, so it's just a calendar thing with the 2 byes that most teams have.
Yeah,
just an aberration.
Yeah.
Apparition? Did I just confuse something that doesn't happen often,
like
with a ghost?
Like a ghost? Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
It could have gone aboriginal too if you wanted to.
An apricot.
Yeah.
Man, it is. By the way, it's peach season right now, boys. Like, I don't know if you've been getting peaches at the store, but fucking shit, they're good.
Mango season in my house.
All right.
Mango.
All right.
Got to get that smell up.
Tropical. Gotta get that smell.
Back to the ratings.
Gotta cover the smell of the dead bodies in the room you're in right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What did they have Hunter as? A receiver or a DB for his
just
94?
Oh, I forget. That's a good question.
I think he's just general player kind of
athlete.
Yeah, it's like when you read the polls.
I think they picked one. Like somebody in the chat tell us what position they.
Well,
like,
there's no way he's 96 at either.
That's what I'm saying. It's they have to be complaining him for a 96 player.
They have to because
then it's like okay,
they haven't. Like WCP just said, they have him as a wide receiver.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Insane.
That's wrong.
Okay,
that is wrong.
Hey, nice.
Yeah.
Listen, by the way, he's not that as a corner either. Like the dude got fucking worked over last year.
He is a better receiver than a corner, even though people think he's a better corner than they think he's a corner playing receiver. He's a better receiver than a corner because his hips. Not a lot of fluidity.
No,
the feet get a little choppy.
Hips don't lie. I know that.
But he's perfect for the video game because you remember the video game back a decade ago. It was all about the athlete, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you could recruit
speed.
you could recruit the athlete, and then you could sort of like put him wherever you want on the field, and yeah. So he's perfect for that. He's setting up the recruiting on that game for sure. I don't know, man. I'm like pretty excited about it. Like that Josh Pate dude or whatever put out the video of like when he played as Oregon in the game and put out videos of like Otson and all like those top 5 players we were talking about. He's like Dylan Gabriel, like throwing to Tez Johnson, and actually watching the game being played. It is better than Madden, that's for sure. Like it's more fluid. Like guys are moving quicker. Like that's sort of the thing about Madden is I'll download. I have Game Pass, so I'll download Madden like once every 3 months because I'm like, oh yeah, I kind of want to play a football game, and then I play like 2/4 of it, and I'm like, this fucking sucks. Like every single time I do that.
But people are going to do that about EA college football next year, right?
What?
100%.
Say it sucks?
They're going to say it sucks.
Yeah. Well, no.
I mean, that's
the thing about Madden that sucks is they've done the same gameplay every year, and it's slow and it's plodding. And
I hate to break it to you, sir, but
I think
people are going to say this.
Okay, I'm just saying like what I'm seeing in the NCAA game is it looks better. It looks more fun and quicker. So we'll see. I don't know.
I'm just saying. Have you ever played? Do you play 2K ever?
No, I know what you're saying. People are like, why don't they fucking
it's
change
so
anything?
unrealistic. It's
the same thing as last year.
You're romanticizing about Bulls versus Blazers in 1993 on your Genesis. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
In a couple of years, people are going to do the exact. It's just a Madden reskin.
Yeah.
Get it out of
here. Yeah.
But to your point, like if you watched, I think it was last week, the video came out where Donovan Edwards was playing with some streamer guy. The jukes do look better. Like they're not quite as boxy. It does look better. But I just know how we work as Americans and consumers. Yeah. We're gonna hate it in a year or two.
You give it a few months. Yeah.
Yes.
That's because they could have came out with a better game of an old game. Just think if they came out with a new edition of Quarterback Club. That would blow Madden out of the water.
Please, no.
Yes.
John Elway football?
Joe Montana football?
Joe Montana football.
There you go. I remember the John Elway football game. Like I played it in the arcade at Wonderland, and there was a glitch or something on like a kickoff return where your guy was just so fucking fast that you could just run around the entire field the whole time and just run out the clock, and you never get tired, and you just score a touchdown. That's my kind of video game, damn it.
In fairness, we used to love those glitches, like an NBA Jam,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You got Al Gore sitting in the corner. If you hit up, right, CCC.
That's right. You had like the president cheat codes.
Bill Clinton can dunk from the other free throw line.
Oh man, I forgot about that.
Nobody's thought of it right now is why don't they come out with player themed games anymore? like you said, it was Joe Montana football, John Elway football, Wayne Gretzky hockey,
Ken Griffey Jr.
Tiger
baseball.
Woods, Ken Griffey Jr. baseball.
Mm-hmm.
What was the last, player-based? I think there was maybe a Rory McIlroy golf.
Yeah, Tiger Woods, right?
Some years ago. Yeah. Tiger's been done for a while.
Well, he's the cover guy for the 2K golf game now.
Yeah, it's 2K now. That was not Tiger Woods golf.
Yeah.
I think, obviously there's some contractual things in there, but I think the root of it is kind of like why players stop being excited about the Pro Bowl, because they're like, I could fly to Hawaii on my own dime. I make enough money now. This ain't 1997. This ain't 86. I don't need your $500,000 to put my name on a game.
True. Yeah. And
again, I know it's more complicated now with players' unions and all that, but I think that's a part of it. What's the point? This doesn't mean shit to me.
Yeah, Booble said it. Rory was the last. So it was Rory McIlroy golf? It actually was? I don't remember that. Huh.
Do you guys remember the Kobe Bryant basketball game for N64?
No.
It was very bad.
I bet.
For 64,
64.
I would have said GameCube maybe.
No, 64.
Huh. Wow. I do not remember that game.
If I remember the cover right, it's him doing a double pump, and it shows the back of his number 8 jersey at the Forum, but wearing his crazy 8 Adidas.
Well, I remember Shaq. They always have players on it. Yeah, I guess I just don't remember that game being called Kobe Bryant basketball. Is that what it was called?
Yeah, WCP says he remembers it.
Yeah. Huh.
I have no memory. I didn't have a 64, by the way. I had a PS2, and I would play on everybody's 64. I played at everybody else's house so much that I basically had a 64. But yeah, Mom never got me one.
Well, go out. You could probably go buy one for $60 now.
Basically, child abuse,
So I guess it was Kobe Bryant in NBA courtside.
Courtside.
So it was NBA courtside, and Kobe Bryant was just in
starring Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, he's on the cover.
Was this had to be pre-Colorado then, right?
Oh, for sure, 100%.
Yes. All right. What number is he wearing?
8.
8. Yeah. All right.
1998 and 99 is when it came out. So he had 2 of them.
Hey, listener, if you don't know about the Colorado thing, Google Kobe Bryant, Colorado. Read up. Conveniently forgotten about Kobe Bryant.
Only 2 players in this game only 2 NBA players were not in this game.
Yep.
One of them was Michael Jordan, because he's Jor fraud and he's a loser, and he played against mailmen, and we've already covered this a couple weeks ago. His home stats for years were cooked. Sorry, Steve Tannen. Sorry, Aaron Fentress. This is just a thing. It's just reality. And can you guess the other player?
Sharif Abdul-Rahim.
He played on the West Coast. He played in California.
Joe Smith. Latrell Sprewell.
Tim Hardaway.
Latrell Sprewell.
Oh!
Yep.
Nice.
So Jordan opted out because he's a fraud. Yeah. We've established that. Latrell Sprewell was just deleted because he choked PG Carlesimo.
Revisionist history, 2020, do we really have a problem with choking PJ Carlesimo? I don't know. The guy made some great rims. Should we give him benefit of the doubt? I don't know. Dude, by the way, growing up, that Warriors team with Sprewell was one of my favorite fucking teams ever.
What's that? Joe Smith, Tim Hardaway.
Oh my God.
My second NBA jersey ever. My first one was Drexler. Didn't really have a choice given to me. Ugh, bald guy, gross. Yeah. Second one, Chris Webber.
Hey, wait a minute. It took me a second.
Second one was Road Golden State Warriors Chris Webber jersey with the blue with the yellow Warriors. Loved it. Never really cared about the Drexler. Loved the Weber.
Was he number 4?
Yep, number 4.
Yeah,
yep.
It was right after the commercial where he dunked on Charles Barkley. Yeah.
Yeah, Booble says he went down a Jason Richardson rabbit hole. He fucking ruled. Yeah.
was a little past, I think.
J. Rich and Sprewell were very
Golden State.
similar though. Just like thunder dunks is all they fucking did, and they're and just being like hard asses, like fucking with people.
Yeah, but Sprewell had like the mullet braids, which
He sure did.
He sure did.
He might still rock them because he was rocking them forever.
Ingenuity, man. Like that dude set trends like crazy. I guess the coach choking thing didn't catch on out of all of them, but not yet. Maybe it still will.
Yeah.
WCP says his first basketball jersey was a black Orlando Shaq jersey. That's pretty good too.
I would guess if someone of our age said name their jerseys, it was either a Shaq one, a Jordan one, or someone was rocking one of the sick Hornets, Zoe, Larry Johnson, Muggsy Bogues.
That's what
Or a penny.
Or Penny.
Or Penny.
Yeah.
WCP said
Magic, Hornets, Jordan, it's just kind of what it was.
Or what Booble said, Vince Carter Raptors jersey. That's good too.
See, personally, I would have gone with the old Vancouver Grizzlies color scheme.
Little big country.
Little big country with it too. Yeah. God, how much better were jerseys back then?
Abdur-Rahim, yeah. Sharif Abdur-Rahim was Grizzlies, right? Am I thinking of somebody else? Yeah, okay.
I do love that the Vancouver Grizzlies.
No, he was Denver. Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf was Denver. That's a fucking sick jersey, by the way.
But I do love that the Vancouver Grizzlies were given like 3 years in Vancouver, which is an objectively majestic and beautiful part of the world. And they moved to Memphis. Okay, fine. Random, but Memphis. And they played in a building called the Pyramid that is now the world's largest Bass Pro Shop. Because why the fuck not?
Why not?
You move them from like this beautiful place to a Bass Pro Shop. Just an interesting choice. That would never happen now. Memphis is never getting a fucking team now. Like, I don't know what they pulled in 1999 or whatever year that was. That shit would never happen now.
You ever been to the Bass Pro Shop in Vegas?
It's beautiful.
It is. It's luxurious. It's amazing. Like there's like I literally want to like go swimming in the water that they have there. I walked up to it and was like, Jesus Christ, we're in Vegas. It's hot. I'm just gonna take my clothes off and jump in. But I'm pretty sure that's how people get arrested and
I think there was a guy a couple years ago. I don't think it was the Vegas one, but one of the Super Center Bass Pro Shops who got naked and jumped in and tried to climb out and was like, oh shit, that's a 50-foot drop.
Yeah.
Oh, this is good too. WCP Sean Kemp Sonics jersey. That's also good.
Which one? The green and yellow or the 96 green and red ones they played in the finals?
I would go green and yellow myself.
Me too.
But
yeah, that's it.
And Booble said Juwan Howard Bullets jersey. That's good.
I'd go Sheed Bullets, but
I would go Sheed Bullets too.
I love how they had little claw hands as the L's in Bullets.
Yeah.
Fighting for a ball.
The Bullets.
What a terrible rebrand, by the way.
Amazing.
Terrible.
Awful. This is a little controversial, but I think Vancouver should get a team back before Seattle does.
Oh, come on.
Just spite, but
just
also,
to spite them.
Some of it is, but also, like you said, it wasn't there that long. They were awesome for those handful of years in Vancouver.
I mean, were they?
Yeah, they were.
I mean, I think Greg Anthony was their best player for about 2.5 years.
Yeah, they just got a raw deal there.
I feel like they won like 9 games one year.
Booble says
move. Team. What do you expect?
Booble says move the Blazers to Canada. It's like, no,
that's close enough.
You can't do it. You can't do it. Another one of my teams can't move.
If Portland loses their team, I'd rather go to Vancouver than Seattle. So I'd be more okay with that.
Boy, that would be like the NBA wouldn't do that, right?
No.
Like the Blazers to Seattle, like
no. They want a team in Seattle, so that'll actually be the place that gets it.
Yeah.
Them in
Are
Vegas.
they? I was gonna say, are they gonna get a team before Vegas, or are they hand in hand 1 and 2?
I think
1A,
1 and 2,
1B kind of thing.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
What did we miss last week? What happened last week that we should have talked about? I think like the Bronny got drafted. Is that like pretty much it? I don't
Who
know.
cares?
I'm trying to think. Yeah.
sports.
I went to Disneyland.
Soccer. We were
Soccer
watching
happened.
Copa and
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Euro trash.
Yeah. It definitely happened. It has been interesting seeing the memes going around of the Euros and Copa, and the Euros is like the highfalutin, rich affluent white dude league, and Copa is the complete opposite. It's been funny seeing those memes, and then it's been funny seeing what actually happens at both tournaments, completely reflecting that. And Uruguay going into the stands and fighting fans,
Terrible officiating.
Fixed games, 1,000% fixed games. The official for the final got in trouble for fixing games, and he's the official in the final. What? Only Copa, dude. Only Copa. It's impressive.
I guess I don't know where they just pull these officials from South American leagues, I guess.
Are they the best? Is that what we're to understand? I guess so.
I guess I don't know my the EPL and all the Euro
UEFA.
trash
Yeah,
league.
you gotta read up on your UEFA.
Yeah, where are they getting their officials from? Are they all locally grown Englanders for the EPL and stuff, and Spaniards for the La Liga?
Are they ground beef?
Locally
Are
grown.
they locally sourced?
Locally sourced, yeah. That's what.
Grass fed, yeah. Yeah, WCP does mention that Berhalter got fired, so the U.S. men's national team coach, who is a pile. I mean, the U.S. team has good players. They just don't score goals at all.
Which is funny, because isn't that Berhalter's whole thing? Is he's fast? He's like that new football college coach every year. Yeah. Fast, aggressive, downhill running scheme, but a vertical and open passing concept as well. We're going all attack, all gas, no break. And then they don't.
He's Lincoln Riley.
I will say I'm not the biggest soccer guy, but this is not a new concept in my head. But I actually do, even though it's aesthetically fucking gross to watch, I do agree that the United States men's team should not do the we're fast, aggressive attacking, and just be the, hey, every year we have you for 6 weeks. Let's be a disgusting, gross, boring team that wants to win 1-0 every single time. Just pack it up, pack it in,
score the goal, and
we'll never begin. It's just gross, and I think that I kind of believe it now. They have like 2 weeks, go beat some country that really cares, and then go beat another country that really cares, and then get to the knockout, and then all those countries actually care. Just be gross. Be Iowa football. Try and win.
Yep.
United States men's team. Be Iowa football. Because the men's team doesn't have the advantage that the women's team has. There are countries, and God, we might be close to being one of them, where women can't vote and they can't play in sports. And Project 2025. Whoa, who said that?
They don't have.
We have we have an advantage.
I don't know anything about it. I don't know who's running it. I don't even know what the number 25 is.
So the women can play how they want, and obviously the world is catching up because they were shit in the last World Cup. The old players, legacy players, didn't help that. But I do think the men kind of probably have to play that gross, nasty, stick in the mud, black.
Booble says run the Syracuse 2-3 zone.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Be the 90s New Jersey Devils.
Park the bus.
See, I thought you had to be good to do that. I thought if you're not as talented, you got to run like the Mike D'Antoni offense, to where
I think it's
just run and gun and fast and just try to.
If you're on the club level, yes, but on the international level, that's why if you look across like countries, the best managers, what do they call them in soccer?
Coaches?
No, they don't call them coaches.
They don't
I think
shit.
Skippers.
Whatever they're called. The best ones don't coach national teams.
Yeah.
Because it sucks.
Yeah.
Because it sucks. You don't have them very long.
No,
they'll coach.
That was like the funny thing about this is as soon as Berhalter got fired, everybody was like, "Go get Jurgen Klopp." It's like, okay, sure, dude.
Jürgen.
Like, yeah. And by the way, Jurgen Klopp said literally today, he's like, no.
Well, what?
Why would I do that?
If you're a manager, head coach guy, you get what, like a couple weeks with these guys. If you're like an X's and O's like strategy guy, it's kind of thrown out the window. Like you said to King, it's either you pack the box and play defense, or try to run and gun and just go freestyle with it.
If you're an elite coach, you don't have to do this. Or
you just be a country that has good players. Like, is the other
that
option,
helps.
I think.
That does help. Yeah.
Yeah.
Better players.
I
than
did
the
hear
other
an
countries.
interview
Yes.
with Roger Bennett today. Again, I don't want to piss on soccer's parade,
You
but
should.
sports propagandists crack me up.
Yeah.
Her interview with Roger Bennett. What is it? Two Men Blazers. What the fuck is their podcast called? Men in Blazers.
Men in Blazers. Yeah.
Men in Blazers. Millions of followers, wildly popular. He's a British guy who's lived in America for 20 years. And he's rambling off stats that he's like, 87% of people between 15 and 25 say soccer in the U.S. is more important than football. I'm like, that's not true.
No, it's a lie.
Not true.
That's fake.
That's a lie.
Is
Dan
soccer-
Patrick, be a moderator and
Tell
say
me more. Tell me
that's
more.
not true.
Yep.
I'm all about them expanding and being good, and the World Cup to be something, or the Copa, the Cabana, all that stuff to be good to watch and fun. But that's the shit where I'm like, okay, you're just making people on the fringes roll their eyes.
Give me some more numbers, Nate Silver. Yeah, cool story, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Hillary gonna beat Trump again? Yeah.
Right.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are those numbers going to look like when we run out 30 million immigrants out of here too? How big is that number going to drop of soccer fans?
We are going to be a pure NFL.
Yes.
Can we please? That needs to be a talking point in the election.
Soccer and baseball way down.
No.
Oh.
Hockey might come back up though.
Wonder what they kind of look like me.
Even though about 60% of them don't talk like you because they're European or French Canadian.
Semantics.
Yeah. I don't need to hear him talk to know he's good at the sport. That's all I care about.
As a pivot point, I forgot that the B in Braga stands for capitalism, because he was loving himself yesterday. The fact that the teams ranked 5 through 12 in the CFP will be the home teams will be determined on hotels and capacity of stadium and highway tolls. Like, what are we doing?
No, so my point was, so if you haven't heard, that is literally what's going to happen. So the college football playoff is going to be seeded, and the home team is going to be based on like stadium capacity, ability to sell tickets, market essentially. And my argument is like, at least they're not sugarcoating it and bullshitting us. Like this whole thing, like with the NIL stuff starting and the playoffs start and like everything being expanded, it's like we're finally not being bullshitted to. Like, it's all about money. It's always been about money, but now it's like, now we're not even going to lie to you. It's always been about money. This is even more about money. If you want to host a college football playoff game, up your game. Get a better stadium. Get a better market. You can't exactly do that, but you know what? You know what? Like, you know what? Fans like.
Are you familiar with towns.
Hey, Oregon. Yeah. Hey, Oregon. Sell out your home games every single game, and then you'll be considered for this. Like, shitty-ass teams like Nebraska sell out all their home games. You know what? If Nebraska's in the college football playoff, they're fucking hosting. You better believe that shit.
Well,
they are hosting.
Let's talk in realistic terms.
Okay.
Yes.
They haven't made a bowl game since I think
it's not going to happen.
Obama was in office.
No, it's not going to happen. But I'm saying that the fact that it's going to be based on the amount of money they can make, which
weather.
Yeah. So Nebraska again, not going to be. Yeah.
Weather.
Yes.
No.
Why don't they just select host cities? Like,
well, that's the next round.
Yeah.
That's why doing it for the first round is fucking stupid.
Fair.
Because Norman, Oklahoma, Eugene, Oregon, Starkville, Mississippi, like Ann Arbor, Michigan. These are like not every team plays in LA. But
how many good areas are there going to be in?
Maybe I got to
December?
check up on my tri-states New York college football. Maybe there's a bunch of teams playing.
They're really going to try to get UNLV into every playoff possible. Then, if this is the criteria.
Yeah.
Well, but my thing, like, in all seriousness, is I said this kind of in the Discord, is I think everyone is drastically overestimating how many visiting fans are going to go to these games after the first year or so.
Depends, yeah.
Now some fan bases, Wisconsin, because they know they're never going to win a national title. They're never winning 4 games. They'll travel. Iowa knows they will never win a national title. It is impossible. They will travel. But, like, I don't even know if Oregon was 7 and Alabama was 11 or Georgia was 11. I don't know if they're like, we're going to Eugene en masse. Because I think they'd be like, roll the dice. And if they win, they're playing at the Mercedes-Benz Dome next week, baby. Like, then we got 3 more games.
I don't know. I think they would. I think they would. Because again, I'm just remembering, like we know how Autzen is, right? Like we've seen, like, remember when Nebraska came here? It was like half Nebraska fans.
No, that is such an you're lost in the sauce there.
I'm just saying.
That's not true. That's empirically not true. It's just that's on. You can Google that. It's on YouTube. I guarantee you it wasn't 50.
Look at the color, man. It's all red.
It wasn't the aerial shot of a Rose Bowl. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that was Wisconsin. And that's not fair. Bringing Wisconsin into the conversation.
No,
but like, I also think if you look at it, so there's 4 teams that'll get a bye, right? So then there's 8 teams right now that are playing. Of those 8 teams that are playing, one of them is a group of 5. Is that what it's still called? Boise State or whatever it is. Maybe those fans will travel because, again, they know they're never winning a title. So maybe they'll travel. But you got to figure then the next 3 teams or 4 how many of them played in a conference championship game, which fans had to travel to, and they lost? Yeah. So they didn't get a bye. So like if you're Oregon, Washington, USC, UCLA, and you have to travel to Indianapolis, and then you're not going.
No,
that's why I think
you make the Natty. It's like 4 postseason games,
right? And it's 5 if you include the conference. For one of the teams,
title, yeah.
The 8 teams that play, technically 9 because the group of 5, but they're never winning anything. But of the 11 teams, 8 of them are going to play in a conference championship game, more or less, because most teams have got conference. There's no more divisions really. There's not going to be a lot of 8-4 teams that sneak in over an 11-2. I think I understand what they're saying by doing this. I think as we go forward, I don't think there's going to be, aside from Wisconsin, Iowa, those select fan bases, I don't think there's going to be a whole bunch of fans that are like, let's just travel for 6 straight weeks going to bowl games.
Yeah. No. And I saw it as, when you put that out there, I just assumed it was a way that they could not have one of the group of 5 schools host.
Oh, they'll never host.
That's because, like I said, I don't think if the school is a big time school, I don't think they're ever gonna flip flop home field advantage. I don't care if it's Penn State holding 110,000 to Oregon. I think they'll still give it to Oregon there. But to your point, I think the only time in that first round we will see fans travel in big groups is if they haven't been there before. You know, it's their first playoff experience. You go to that.
Like if USC is hosting, I think people would travel because it's kind of the same thing as when people are like, well, that's why they go to the Rose Bowl, because they haven't seen the sun in 90 days and it's warm.
Yeah.
Well, and that's a school that would host even if they're number 12. You know, like
that'll be it's going to be an interesting. It's going to be
I'm disagreeing with you. I don't think so. I don't think they're just going to purely do it on that. I think
LA,
they'll factor
man.
that in against. It doesn't matter. You're not going to give them that big of an advantage as a 12 seed because it is an advantage. Well, you had not that big of an advantage at USC, but for other schools, home field is a huge advantage. And if you're a 12 seed, I think it has to be a huge discrepancy of, you know, no chance you're going to sell out. Like if Northwestern's ever somehow,
Northwestern will never host. The
weather's too bad, and you know, but if it's.
And I think their new stadium that they're building right now only holds like 38,000 when it's over.
Actually,
I think it's smaller than Reeser. Like it's really small.
They know they know what they're doing. By the way, they know they're not going to be in a playoff.
100%. They know what they're doing. Yeah.
They were smart because now they're not shackled to owing hundreds of millions of dollars. Well, at least they're in a conference that gives them money to pay it off, but. Instead of trying to force the state to pay off their fucking stadium.
Yep. All right, we'll see. Do we want to do the list now? You guys got anything else? Yeah.
Real quick. Are you guys watching any of the off-season New York Giants Hard Knocks?
So has it started already?
I think 2 episodes have aired.
No fucking way, really?
I believe so. I haven't watched them.
I have not watched any of it. No.
I just
saw
in Dable.
I just saw a clip of Drake May, I guess, in the combine, doing the thing that everyone's impressed by, where he's like, Nebraska, double pants, 27 slant, 5, fire, Lil Uzi Vert. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm not watching that. That doesn't interest me. Spider White 2 Banana was like 12 years ago.
Yeah.
Like Gruden and Mariota. It was like 2014. I'm over it at this point.
Like who on the Giants like matters? Like who is interesting on the Giants?
Thibodeau is interesting.
I think they're selling I think what I've read, because I haven't watched them, I think they're selling the Saquon Barkley thing. Because I think they're being I think they're showcasing him and their.
Sure. He's the star, I guess. But like, by the way, Thibodeau, I don't know how interesting he actually is. Like, he's kind of boring.
I've seen him in interviews. He seems semi-interesting.
Okay.
He's fine. No, he's fine. He like is very good at what he does. But like, interesting? No.
Do they still have that Gabagool quarterback on the roster?
I believe so.
Is he?
I believe so.
I don't remember his name still. He started like 5 games last year.
I think he went to Syracuse.
See, it was DeVito. Yeah.
Tommy DeVito. Yeah, Tommy DeVito.
There it is. Yeah.
It was either Penn State or Syracuse. Who knows? Who's to say?
I guess he's the only one I guess could be entertaining from a non-field perspective.
Yes.
I'd
like to hear Liev Schreiber talk about him for 60 minutes, and that's it. I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Before we go on to the list, so none of us are interested in off-season Giants. Do you guys like the format of the entire NFC Central? Is that what it's called?
During the in-season?
Yeah, during the in-season.
In-season's gonna be. In-season's gonna.
I like
be
that
lit.
too.
Yeah,
I like that too.
Yes.
I'm all in. I'm all in on that one.
Yeah,
even though it's all formulaic.
Yeah,
I'm in on that.
You know what?
Even because you got to keep one team for the, spring preseason stuff, because you got to see the heartbreak of guys getting cut, and then you can't bounce around too much with that because you don't have the feel good stories of people making the team and stuff.
I don't think it's the whole division because I like Tom like the Steelers are one of the teams which I was like the Steelers are the only team I was like excited about because like Mike Tomlin is like he doesn't let people in, like he gives like really intense basic interviews every single time, but you never actually see what kind of a dude he is really. And so I'm super interested to see like how he actually interacts with players. and cornball ass Russell Wilson. So
But AFC North, you're right. I said NFC North.
Okay.
I got
so
the
it is
Bears.
division.
I knew the
All
Bears.
right.
The Bears are in the off-season one, or
Right.
the camp one. Yes, you're right. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I know. I guarantee they're just like praying to God that they hit that when they're. I don't know when they start filming. I'd assume week like 7. That's right when they start the debate of, oh, Russell Wilson's not very good. We got Justin Fields on the bench. They want that. Oh, are they going to start Justin Fields now? Finally.
Booble.
Oh, that was I was going to yell at. Oh,
okay.
The other school, when the Oregon got that receiver, the other school that tried. Well, SC's been down.
Oh, we're
hard,
rewinding like an hour.
For the very beginning.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
SC's down bad. I'm not even going to go after them because they're, that's like kicking a dead dog. I'm not doing that. But when the Ducks got that receiver, a lot of Ohio State fans were jumping in, talking shit about this guy, like, oh, going to a school that can't develop. And I was like, okay, Ohio State, you guys have a lot of good wide receivers. You guys develop well. They're your first-round draft picks. And then I was like, you guys have not developed a good quarterback ever. The only one is C.J. Stroud, and he's played 1 year. I saw him, all these guys just talking shit. I was like, yeah, I'm not going to – that's like Oregon talking shit about like, oh, yeah, we could prepare quarterbacks for the NFL and have them be okay at least. That's like what we're talking shit about. Oh, yeah. Our receivers. Oregon's known for the receivers also, right?
Well, and also, like, the Ohio State wide receiver thing has really kind of come out of nowhere because until the last, 5-6 years, who was their best wide receiver? Was it Ted Ginn Jr.?
Chris Carter.
Chris, okay. Yeah. In the Wayback Machine.
Yeah.
Wave Michael Thomas.
Did they have Terry Glenn?
Terry Glenn. Yeah, so, I mean, they've had a few, obviously better than Oregon. Yeah. But them being a machine is kind of it's a very new thing because
David Boston.
David Boston, yeah, needles and ass, yeah. Like when Jim Tressel was running Ohio State, we weren't exactly fawning over their wide receivers.
Their best NFL wide receiver was their quarterback when Jim Tressel was there.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. All right, let's do our list. So, actually, Ski, are you done yelling? You good?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's more schools that are piling on, but we could say that for now.
Okay. All right. I mean, it's going to keep happening. Oregon keeps signing these 4 stars. It's like, whatever. People are getting mad. Who cares? Whatever. Yeah, it's fine. All right, list this week. So NCAA comes out. NCAA 25 or whatever the hell it's called comes out July 19th. If you pre-ordered it, I think you get it early. Or if you get the deluxe edition, you get 3 days early or something like that. I'm not paying an extra $20 to get that game 3 days early because everything else you get with it is completely worthless. So I'm going to get it on the 19th. But our list this week actually came from Duck Duck Chef in the Discord. It is top 3 NCAA teams to start a dynasty with which to start a dynasty. So should we go other than Oregon?
I don't use Oregon.
You don't have Oregon? King, do you have Oregon on yours?
I have Oregon somewhere on there because I'm a fucking co-op.
He's a
fucking
co-op. Homa co-op.
I'm not. Oh, I'm gonna be a hipster. I like North Texas.
A Homa. Yeah.
Come on, let's be realistic, guys.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. So
I'm Tarleton State.
I'm going to be Oregon. Let's just say that right now. I'm gonna be Oregon on it. So, all right. Who wants to start?
I'll start. My number 3. And this is going back. I'm not going to like it as much because Aloha Stadium is gone, and so are the visuals. The University of Hawaii.
You think they got a haka? You think they incorporated that in NCAA?
I'd love to see it.
I would too. I very much would too. They're my number 3 as well. Hawaii. My Rainbow Warriors. Let's go.
All All right. My number three,
like
it's similar.
they don't have the jerseys they used to have, like when Colt Brennan and shit were there, but like, you know, it's all right. They still got vibes.
Well, my number three, it's a vibes team as well, and that's Louisiana Lafayette, Raging Cajuns.
The Raging Cajuns.
Woo! You.
Pure vibes team, man.
Actually, I think they're just called Louisiana now, aren't they? I don't think they have the Lafayette in their name anymore.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right.
It's a damn shame. It's a damn shame. Like bad branding.
I will get rid of Oregon. I will get rid of Oregon because
Okay.
I used to play with another team in Louisiana when they played in the Superdome.
Hang on.
The Tulane Green Wave.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Tulane's your number 2?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Sorry to cut you off. I just didn't do the chat ones yet.
Oh, my bad.
No, all good.
Sorry.
All good. Number 3 for Booble in the chat is UW, so he can recruit nothing but 1-stars, ruin the program, and get fired. I think they're kind of doing that themselves right now. WCP says Appalachian State. All right. So my number 2 is Army because it's time
You're proud to be an American.
Or at least I know I'm free.
You put a boot in your ass. It's the American way.
It's been like 100 years since Army has won a national title. It's time to bring it back, boys. Time to get that school another Heisman.
Here's the problem with that, though. If Sleepy Joe wins the election, you're going to lose your whole team to the war with Russia. So, I mean, you're not going to have a team. So.
Yeah, that's a good
point.
Forfeit.
Also,
I don't think any of the servicemen can be on the video game, so I'm pretty sure it's like completely fake rosters. So, oh well.
It would if that is true, because I haven't looked into it. If that's true, I would love for there to be like a little glitch, like kind of like the NBA Jam thing we were talking about, where they're just the pixelated polygons from 1999. They're just generic squares and rectangles.
Love it. Did you give your awesome. 2 ski?
I did it. My number 2, I would do it this year. It's mostly because I feel bad for them. I'd be Iowa just so they could score more than 9 points a game.
Recruit that dual threat quarterback they've always needed. Yeah. Or you know,
that's not a single threat.
A quarterback who can throw a pass.
Threat.
Yeah.
A threat.
2's from the chat. Booble says SMU, trying to get that second death penalty for recruiting violations.
Great one.
It's very good.
Good colors too.
Yep. Yeah.
Red, white, and blue.
They still got that horrible turf on their field too. Like they still on AstroTurf out in SMU. I don't know.
I think they've actually recently changed it, but they were on AstroTurf for a very long time.
Good for them. WCP says Florida State.
You just want to hear the racist war chant, don't you?
Yeah, apparently so. Just Osceola and Renegade and Pride stickers. Yeah. Like pride stickers? Like rainbows? Right on. I didn't know. Did Taggart bring those to Florida State?
I wasn't Bobby Bowden, I'll tell you that.
It was not Bobby Bowden.
Interesting. Huh. Learn something new every day. Go Seminoles. I'm into it.
Go Noles. My number 1, and it's just because they have my thing in that game was small school stadium with an open-ended end zone, so you could see them put the backdrop. University of Wyoming. Love a good spruce or evergreen in my end zone.
That's right. I want my player to be able to like score a touchdown and then just keep running for several miles. Yeah.
Yes, that's great.
You just want to see that Laramie vista.
I do. I did.
Absolutely. Are you asking? Yes.
Highest elevation in all of college football.
My number 1, San Jose State Spartans. They already have the color scheme. Like they got what you're talking about. Like they got the smaller stadium. Like I was born in San Jose State Spartans all day long.
Well, my number 1, I am right with you guys on the small school. and you know my love for small Ohio teams in the MAC with great
Don't be the
names, and
Bobcats.
that's the Akron Zips.
Akron
Okay.
Zips. Love it.
Playing at the, you don't just walk into the Tire Bowl in Akron and
No,
come out with an easy
definitely
win.
not.
It can't be called the Tire Bowl. It can't.
Google
be.
it.
Oh my
Google
god.
it.
Google it.
It can't be called.
I swear it's called the Tire Bowl.
I believe you. I also don't want to believe you.
Because Goodyear's from there. Goodyear,
Mhm.
the tire company.
I think maybe if you do good enough, they'll like put LeBron on your sidelines too. You know?
The one thing about the game that I don't think they're doing is I don't think you can, if you're doing like Dynasty mode, did I read it right that you can't expand stadiums?
Probably not. That seems like a big ask for.
I know they have dynamic attendance, which I saw a video today, which was fucking awesome. I think the guy was Kennesaw State. And between like week 1 of his first year Dynasty and like year 3 of his, it went from like a dude reading a book to like full, and all the way in between it was pretty cool.
That's cool.
Was it dynamic? Was it dynamic?
It was dynamic. It's what they call it. Dynamic attendance.
Because I'll say the old game, like having, like we saw the clips of USC and the Coliseum, like, and the fact that they had the Coliseum sold out, I was like,
which. It would never even sell out for a
been
Super Bowl.
sold out ever.
Some
like,
of those seats are just inaccessible. Like you cannot see the field.
First of all, they cover those seats with
Yes.
tarps or whatever else. Like, yeah, come on, guys. That is cool. I'm looking forward to seeing what that looks like too. So, will they have the Autzen student section empty out at halftime and then be like a quarter full for the rest of the game? We'll see. Actually, to be fair, they were pretty good last year, and I think the year before that.
But yes, but that was
Anyway.
that was an aberration or an apparition.
Ghost. Booble in the chat. His number 1 is Miami. Cristobal not in the game, so I can actually make Miami great again. And
I will say,
yeah.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna do the other number 1. WCP chair force, because option offense, baby.
I did like Miami in the old game, not because they were good, but because again they had in the Orange Bowl. It was a U. It was open ended.
Yeah.
You can see the palm trees, and they tried to make downtown Miami and it was just like these terrible. Yeah, it wasn't very good. But that was my kink.
Miami's got those good colored jerseys too, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. That's our list. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. We're back. We are so back. Movie on Sunday, Beverly Hills Cop Axel F. It is on Netflix. Watch it. Listen to us talk about it. It's actually a Netflix original, I think. Netflix exclusive.
Ooh.
I don't know. I think they're Hulu originals,
exciting.
Netflix exclusive. Whatever. So yeah, watch it. Listen to us talk about it on Sunday. Goodbye.